Hello, my name is Michael Holgate. I'm a writer, director, choreographer, and now filmmaker, and I have a passion for telling stories. I love stories because I believe that with stories you get an opportunity to learn more about yourself, learn more about life, learn more about the world, and make an impact on people and change what is not working and help people to elevate themselves. And people can see themselves in so many different types of characters and people out there, and they can say, oh, I want to be that, I want to do that, and that's what I love about storytelling.
Mr. Holgate.
Yes, sir.
Story Lab 101. I think that we should have, a long time we should do this.
A long time, long time.
Finally get a chance to get to shoot it, right? So today, we're going to talk about storytelling. The first subtopic for storytelling is brainstorming, like how we even start to tell a story. For example, chill. Everybody love it.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, so let me not start with chill, let me start with the brainstorming and the concept of brainstorming. Brainstorming is really about, if you think of the idea of a storm, you get a sense that there's a lot of wind, a lot of stuff blowing, a lot of lightning and thunder, rain and all that type of stuff. And what that is symbolic of is ideas. Ideas come in little bits and ideas come in large floods, ideas come in various ways, right? So a brainstorm is to allow yourself and whoever you're working with to just throw any amount of ideas in any way, shape or form that they come into a pot, and then you can pick from them and you can structure them afterwards. But the most important thing when you're brainstorming is don't hold back. Any idea that comes, throw it into the pot. You never know. Sometimes something that you think could be the simplest or silliest story is what is going to be the main idea that you run with. So brainstorming is all about getting as many ideas as possible into the pot.
You normally work alone when brainstorming or just work alone?
Okay, yeah, it works alone. Any kind of, it works whether you're doing it for yourself or you're doing it with a group, because like even with, all right, so the new season of Chill, right? So what I've done is I have a board, a big whiteboard, and I just started jotting down ideas. And sometimes I just jot down names. And we have a story development team now for Chill. So people, there's a WhatsApp group, and I send out, so what would happen with this character? What should happen with this character? What should happen with this storyline? And I just throw it out, and people just send ideas, and that's a brainstorm. You know, ideas coming in. I might not, because of my wealth of my life, my experiences, you might think, oh, I have a full range of ideas to share, and that's fair. But I have never lived in Old Harbor. I've never lived in Spanish Town. I've never lived in China. So somebody from China or Old Harbor or Spanish Town might have ideas and perspectives that I would never have. And it's important to get those ideas and perspectives because it can contribute to a story and take it in angles and directions that the audience won't suspect.
But speaking of stories, but ideas, where do your ideas come from?
I think, as I say, I think it's experience. So, my experiences, I might have been in Indonesia 7 years ago, and I saw something, and it triggered an idea or something in me. And 7 years in the future, I'm working on a project, and something not coming through, and then I said, oh, you know, I saw that in Indonesia 7 years ago. So it's really about your experiences, things that you have watched, plays you have watched, films you have watched, short stories you have read, interesting scenarios that you have experienced in the barber's chair, or not barber's chair, well, in the hairdresser's chair. In fact, I have this thing in my phone. So in my phone right now, I'm there in the barber shop, and a guy comes in. So there's a barber shop, and she does hair over the side. A guy comes in and he starts to talk, and he's hilarious. So one of the barber had on 2 masks, and he said, "Make a man with 2 masks," and he just start talking. I don't want to say it how he says it because I'm not a comedian. I'm an idea guy, so I'm not as hilarious as he is. But as soon as he started talking, I started jotting down the ideas that he was giving. And so I write it down, and it stays with me, and I don't know where I'm gonna use it yet, but sometimes I'm just writing something in, I'm working on a script, and I fall short. It's like, okay, I need something, I need a trigger. I just go to my phone, and if you check my phone, a bag of ideas just jotted down. I just find one little idea, and I say, how can I use this idea in this context? It wasn't made for this context, but because if I can squeeze it into this idea,
or just make it in your own.
Just make it into my own, because nobody would have expected that idea, because it had come from far. You know, like this is going to be in chill. Somebody was telling me that at the funeral, and somebody said, I don't want nobody come sing, because we already sang. Nobody don't come preach, because we have a preacher. If you have a scripture, save it for your prayers tonight. We need it. You need it more than the dead body. And then we just go on. The guy was just talking, and we just silently just type everything in myself.
So, for example, so somebody like me, where like the whole writing the story thing, that's not me. Is it me? So
you think it's not you?
Yeah. Yes, I think that's not me.
Yeah.
So if I should say, I want to shoot a horror film in a Jamaica, isn't it? But even know if it starts.
How would you know that you want to do a horror film?
Because I've never really seen one.
No, first of all, if you want to do a horror film, it means that you would have seen one, or you have an idea of one. That's a starting point.
Oh, that's a starting point. So if it's a case where, alright then, we start, I think about it, alright, and then we say, maybe I should do one based on a horror scene or horror story of Jamaica.
You can start anywhere. So you want a starting point. There's a guy in Jamaica who has green hair. That's horrible. That's a horror. That's a horror scenario right there, right? Horror scenario. Why him have green hair? Why does he have green hair? How do people react to him when he have green hair? Because it's not a natural thing. It's not a normal thing. It's not an obvious thing. It's not something that people see every day. Agree? Create a storyline for that. That is, you just keep working on something and say, why do you have green hair? Why do you have green hair?
Just like the color.
You just like the color?
Yeah.
Right, but it could have been that you are coming out of, you're from the sea. That's not you see.
Where am I talking
No, alright, so you're coming out of a pond.
No water.
You know what I mean? No man, it's like the Loch Ness monster, one of them monsters there. So it's just so happened that, in fact, I saw something yesterday. You know, mermaids, them come out of the water, but if you throw water upon them go back and you see them fins and all that. So maybe you come out of the thing and you're walking and you find that you dry off and this is how you look, but part of you still have to remain green because you're coming out of moss and all of them something. So that's why you have, it's a horror story. You just have to keep developing on it. And one of the things, the most important things you know with writing is rewriting. Writing is rewriting. You cannot, there's nobody who writes a good story one time. Yeah, maybe, but nah, it's rare for you to write a good story just one time and it's done. Writing is rewriting, and if you're comfortable with rewriting, then you will be, you can be a good storyteller.
But when you say rewriting, meaning it's from somebody, because I remember one time I told me, nobody really have a first idea.
Yeah, there are no original ideas.
So that's basically what they're saying about writing and rewriting.
No,
rewriting.
I mean, even when you write something, if you go back over it now, you can add techniques and add skills and add things to it and add ideas, flesh out the idea, make something so much better, because writing is rewriting. You don't have to, you just jot down. So for me, my process is I jot down ideas, right? Jot down the ideas, and then I say, all right, I like these ideas. Then I test them out. Maybe I'll test out a little piece of dialogue. I write something that this person said that or this person said that. I like it. Then I go to the book or I go to the computer and I start writing. And I write an idea, overall script, dialogue, conversation, stuff like that. And then at the end, I look back at it and I say, all right, I go back and I fix this line. This line don't make sense. This line too long. This line too this line too that. So writing is rewriting. You keep going over it until you have something that you can present to an audience. So like you, remember, there are various types of storytelling. So there is storytelling for theater on the stage. The dialogue, the conversation is the main thing, right? Although you're gonna see people on the stage, when you're writing that, you're gonna see people on the stage, but their conversation is the main thing. And back in the day, like with Shakespeare, it have to make sense and it have to connect in a certain way. But back in the day with Shakespeare, they didn't have a lot of set and props and all of these things. And nowadays you have hydraulics and all sorts of stuff that can rise from out of the ground and things can come from the sky. Back in the day with Shakespeare, they never had that, and you couldn't, you know, nowadays you can actually go and take a sword and cut somebody's neck, and then you see effects and blood, even on stage, blood gushing out and stuff like that. Back in Shakespeare's day, they would have said, oh, I die, and then them fall down and them dead. No, it's true.
You see hits that
right, but that is language, so you had to use words to create that type of story for stage. But
create
for
the visual.
Right, but for film is visual storytelling. So you don't need to use words as much as we don't need to use words as much as we think we do. With film, the story can be told completely without words. You're just following somebody going along, you see them walking, you see them doing certain things, and then a story is being told. So that's a conceptual story that you have to work through without necessarily giving dialogue and words and scripting it in that way.
Alright, so what we realize with most things I'm gonna say people shoot, even music video, right? In Jamaica. So for every story you have a beginning, middle, and end. I realize that most videos when we say shoot here, they don't really have that. So it kinda strange. I don't know if you can cheat the system, or if it does. Every story needs to have a beginning.
Well, so any system what make can broke. So there's anything that have rules. You can break any rule once you know the rule. So it makes sense to know the rule, then you can break it. Because if you don't know the rule and you're just doing anything ad hoc, you can show off yourself and you just look like an amateur. Not to say that the people who are doing music videos are amateurs, because the truth is music video is its own genre. And in a music video, you can tell a story, but you don't have to. Because in a music video, what you're really trying to communicate is what is the song saying? And you're using images, various images. So because the song is the story. So in a music video, the song is the story. So you don't have to create a second story to support the song. You can let the song tell the story and you use images to just accentuate and support the song. So that's what a lot of music video directors do. They're not trying to tell a story necessarily because they already understand that the song is the story.
So outside of a music video, for example, Chill the series, right? 13 episodes. Each episode, beginning, middle, end.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's like 13 different beginning, 13 different middle, 13 end.
Yeah.
Like, how long something like that would I normally, like, how long did it take?
I don't remember how long it took me to write. I mean, we were writing, even while we were directing it, I was writing. So I think we started directing by the time I reached episode 5. I think it's episode 5.
You started directing?
Yeah. Yeah, I always think of team. I always think like a team, right?
Right.
So by the time I reached episode 5 in the script, I started directing. So I was writing even while I was directing. But everything, so you have three, with film, you have 3 wonderful opportunities to tell a good story. First, when you write it. Second opportunity to tell a good story is when you're directing it. And the third opportunity to tell a good story is when you're editing it, right? So with the first opportunity where you're writing it, you have to ensure that there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Beginning means that it starts from somewhere. People don't just jump into a story and they don't understand the characters and they don't understand the storyline. They want to know where you're taking them. If you're taking them on a journey, where are you taking them? So you have to set that up. That's the beginning, right? Then you get to the middle, which is where you build the story up to an interest. You make it much more interesting as time goes by to get to a place where them say, yo, this is bad, you know, yeah, I really, really like this. This is exciting, right? And then you come to an end, which is in a series, it's not the cutoff end, but it's an end. Sometimes it's a cliffhanger to kind of make you say, like you go to the edge of a cliff and you say, wow, what's gonna happen here? So that's what you do for an end of an episode. Even at the end of a season, you leave a cliffhanger. Some people say, what's gonna happen now? People want to know, right? So that's a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I think of it in this kind of graph, like you go from here to there and there. So it's beginning, middle, and end. You do that when you're writing. When you're directing, you're ensuring you're not so much thinking about beginning, middle, and end. You're just thinking about getting the storyline to come through, getting the actors to seem natural, and getting the...
Because they direct actors as well.
Yeah, so you have to direct the actors. So, oh yeah, I for yourself.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I direct non-actors as well. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so, and then in the final analysis, the editor is also telling the story. So the editor is telling the story that the writer originally wanted to tell, but also the story that the director wants to tell. But the editor is also infusing an aspect of his own storytelling into the story. So the editor is also a storyteller. So all of that collaborative work is what makes it work.
Do you recommend that?
I recommend doing what you feel is good for you. Follow your heart, follow your soul, whatever is in your system and your... So I have a passion for writing. And then I realized I like directing, so I have a passion for directing. And then I realized I have a passion for editing. So all it is, you just follow your dream. Life short, you know. One life you have.
But I even like text, so the passion for writing, you know what.
Well, visual storytelling.
Yeah, that would have been mine.
Yeah, just tell the story without words. You can tell stories without words, and in fact, that's what film is. Visual storytelling is the story must come out by people watching what is happening. Words support the story.
So storytelling 101. So I'm going to show you guys a scene from Chill, which was directed by yours truly, Michael Holgate, and written by Michael Holgate.
Sometimes life comes at you hard, and sometimes you get to enjoy a little bit of it. Either way, life is what you make it. You do your best to survive, no matter what may come your way. But sometimes you just want to hide away from whatever could be coming your way. It never really helps, but sometimes you feel safe in hiding. Just for a little while, and even that little while, sometimes feel like a big blessing.
Clara, what on day?
The young girl that come up, girl.
I'm the alone up here, so you know?
Girl, just go and wait, no man will come.
I can't tell my mother say I come home early and it get kind of late now.
You not go home late, man. Just go and ease yourself now where I
She
come.
normally pass here when she come from market.
Cool, no man where I come.
Just hurry up, man. Just hurry up.
Alright.
What do you think you do?
Hey, I'm just show you some love,
You don't want to love from you.
Hey, maybe not, but I want to have a lease, you know. I want to, man. Don't stop play hard to get, man. I want to. Hey, you make this easy for you. I'm going to give you a deal. You can do anything you want. You hear me I tell you? Anything you want.
Anything?
Anything.
You promise?
I promise, anything.
Alright. Leave me alone. For the last time, Gassa. Me know why you contact me. Me know why you call me. Me know want you. Me not interested in you. Me not ever want to hear from you again.
Yo, so where you going, Supper?
You really want me to repeat all this again because this is the last time I ever hear from you, know, and I hope you get that clear.
Crystal clear, too.
Ashanti, that's how we are there, so.
It was a free country, you know.
You invite him? Clara, you're mad, and if you ever try sex.
No, Shanti. I'm sorry for whatever happened, man. But me never dare think.
You think, you need to start using your head.
Shut up, man, cause only you the way you talk
Hey,
to.
girl, behave yourself, you know. Behave yourself. You're walking right there, so. Little boy, where you come from? Hey, shut your mouth, man, and ease yourself.
It's alright, Chris. Make it stay.
Oh, Clara, you turn to little boy now. How this?
Nobody. Just one old drunk crow me used to know.
No good, too. How you do, fool? Eh? How you do, little boy? What you do? How you do? Yo, let him go, or else swap.
Or else you have to explain all of this to the world, Gassa.
Hey, girl, put on your phone, you know.
Or else what, Gassa?
Hey, girl. You know say I'm big idiot. You know say I'm big idiot. Look how I got done your career now.
Don't fret about my career, Gassa. Cause you never dare help it in the first place. I remember some have your ticket, man. And Ashanti don't want you.
So you think? Yo, let her go.
Hello, hey. I want I'm right now. And I wear to the girl, eh? I wear to my daughter.
Yo, I'm gonna say nothing to your daughter, man.
Ashanti, come right here, so. What you say to my daughter?
Hey, old boy. One upon all that here. You're a bad man. That's not a problem. You're a bad man.
Yeah, man, Gassa, all your business dep on the internet now.
Hey, put on the hey, I'm too now. Hey, you don't know who be? Hey, you don't know who be? Hey.
Gassa.
Come here, sue the whole of you.
Gassa, have your business. Go and sue the Child Development Agency.
Clara.
Business is business.
Clara.
And remember, say me know all of your business. Don't forget that.
It's alright, man. Yeah? Wanna go on? It's alright, man. Just watch and see, man.
Don't worry yourself. We are gonna deal with your case.